Hi there, and welcome back. So, today we're going to continue on Chapter 1. Um, we'll call this Chapter 1, Part 2. And I'm going to read a little bit more of it, and then we're going to discuss a few of these things. Too often, too many of us go through life aimlessly, drifting through the days that melt and fade into the years. We live our lives like we are prisoners trapped in our beliefs about things that we have to do, with no choice or chance to find happiness. It feels like an endless search for something we believe to be missing from our lives. Some of us don't even realize that it is what we are doing. Having been caged by irrational thoughts and fears for so long, we forgot life can be different. Sometimes we feel the weight of the world so heavy on our shoulders. We feel like the stress will break us. We say to ourselves, there has to be more than this. This can't be all that there is. We look at others and believe that they have it better than ourselves. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That is, until you are on the other side looking back. It's just a trick that we play on ourselves to believe that it must be better, but this is a false belief. This is really our thoughts telling us that we need to change. Life is whispering to us, make a change. The problem is we see this with jealous eyes and an aching heart, not trusting in ourselves or in life. Instead, we get angry and we are filled with despair. Why can't I have that? Why can't I be that? We despise what we see and we make excuses for ourselves. We have let ourselves become prisoners to our own desires and a lack of abundance. We have let our thoughts focus on the things that we don't have, such as money, love, friends, or happiness. We are prisoners to our relationships with our family, friends, and loved ones, to our jobs, our social status, and a lack of quality of life. We make ourselves feel this way so we can have a lie to tell and an excuse to use. It is all done to make us feel more comfortable and better about where we aren't but want to be. And that is so true in all of that. We've all been there. We've all been in those situations where we see things that other people have or other people's successes, and we get jealous over those. And there's nothing wrong with that. The whole purpose of jealousy in the first place is to show you something that you truly want and something that you truly value, and that you don't have it. It's because of the choices that you are making. And it's about being able to make that shift in order to be able to achieve those things for yourself. You aren't the one that is not living up to your potential. And that's really the key. That's the perspective that needs to be changed. The grass isn't greener. We all know that. It's just a trick. The thing is that, the grass looks greener because of the way the light's shining on it. But once you go stand on it, where you were standing now will probably look greener because the light's different. And that's the way life is. That's the way everything is. It's all a matter of your perspective. You always need to make sure that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you are always present in that moment. And you need to always be thankful and grateful for the things that you have. For the things that you don't have, you need to align yourself with those. You need to start making those changes in order to be able to achieve those. A lot of this prisoner mentality, this victimhood that we tend to suffer from, all comes from the fact of opportunities that we have missed out on, that we know we've missed out on. And sometimes we just aren't being truthful to ourselves. We aren't explaining that to ourselves. Instead, we're using that as an excuse. We're using it as a lie so that we can feel more comfortable about our failures. And there's nothing wrong with failure. A failure does not mean that you're useless. It doesn't mean that you aren't enough. It just means that you're not living up to your potential. And you can change any moment of your life. It's all a matter of being able to make those steps. The first one is to be present in that moment, to be there, to stop lying to yourself, to stop lying about situations, to start going after the things that you truly want, to be able to grab those opportunities and to be able to recognize them when they come to you. It took me a long time. I've missed out on so many opportunities throughout the course of my life that I didn't see until afterwards. Lots of times I knew the opportunity was there. I knew it. I could feel it. I could see it. And yet I still backed away from it. I still let it go. It's one thing when you miss out on an opportunity and then realize it later. It's another thing when you're in that moment and you know that's the opportunity and you still let it go. Now, see, that doesn't make you feel good about yourself, and it doesn't make you feel good about life. And these are the things that we need to start shifting. We need to stop all of the lying to ourselves, and we need to stop using the excuses. We need to start aligning ourselves with all of the good that is coming our way. So you have to own everything that has ever been done to you and everything that you have done to others. You must take complete ownership of your life, and this isn't easy. You must be completely honest with yourself about everything, including the reasons why the events have happened, to be able to let go of the past and no longer let it control you, to be free from everything that you feel you have no control over. There are simple ways to achieve this. Life is about being active. It's about living in the moment. That's the trick. That is the biggest trick. It sounds so simple, but like we talked about earlier in this chapter, life is only as hard as you make it. You got to keep these things in mind. These are the thoughts that you need to run with, because these are the thoughts that are going to help make that perspective change and help make the changes in your life. Life is about being active, always be engaged, be in that moment, and life is only as hard as you're going to make it. So why would you want to make it harder on yourself? This other paragraph that was earlier here about the ownership, this is why we play these games with ourselves. It is partly because of the fact that we don't feel we're enough, that we don't feel we deserve these things. And so we allow these things to slip past us. And then we use those lies and those excuses to make us feel comfortable. And the best way to get past all of that is take the ownership. And we're going to talk more about ownership in later videos, because it's a huge subject. But the main thing is you have to own everything. Everything you have ever done and everything that has ever been done to you. And you need to let it go. You're starting fresh. You're starting fresh today. Just think of yourself as brand new. And today is the day. Today is the day that you are brand new, and you're going to live in that moment, and you're going to grab every opportunity. That's my challenge for you for this week. Grab those opportunities. You are brand new. Live life. It's about being active, and it's just that simple. Until next time, take care.